What's up everyone, this is Victor for PhoneArena bringing you a review of the Sony Xperia L. This is a mid-range device that stands out in the world of so many other mid-range Android smartphones for one single reason, and it's that design. It has the signature for Sony inward curve that we first saw on the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc 2 years ago. Plus, it is fairly compact and easy to use with one hand with its 4.3-inch screen. But is there more than it appears on the surface with the Sony Xperia L? Let's find out. The device feels solidly built. The phone features a soft-touch plastic back that makes it pleasant to hold. All of the physical buttons are located on the right-hand side. You have the new round power button that is typical for the new Xperia smartphones, and you also have the volume rocker and dedicated camera shutter key on the bottom. On the back there's also an 8-megapixel camera. That's an autofocus camera with a single LED flash. All of that comes in 3 color versions. We here have the starry black one, and there's also a diamond white and the red one. The 4.3-inch screen is a welcome break from those huge 5-inch and even larger designs and devices of today, as you can actually operate it with a single hand. At 4.3 inches diagonal and with a resolution of 480 by 854 pixels, the screen is not amongst the sharpest ones out there. Viewing angles are also fairly average, and when you tilt the device, you'd notice colors losing their saturation. Even without tilting the device though, colors look a bit bleak. And that is especially noticeable when you look at the blacks that look a bit grayish. The Xperia L features Android 4.1 Jelly Bean with Sony's own skin on top. It's not too heavy and it's all about the good looks. Slide up or down the notification shade and you get 5 toggles for quick access to settings like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and so on. Adding shortcuts and changing the wallpapers happens after you long press on an empty space on the home panel. From there you get a convenient card-like view and actually a live preview of the wallpapers. The keyboard is also Sony made with enough space between each of the buttons, and as you can see right now, at 4.3 inches it is just the right size for single-handed typing without you having to stretch your fingers. The Xperia L is not a device you bring to a geek party. After all, it's only got a dual-core 1 GHz Snapdragon processor with Adreno 305 graphics and 1 GB of RAM. But it is nicely optimized to work without any visible lag in menus and around home panels, as you can see right here. And you can play some light games, as you just saw. Throw a slightly heavier load at it, like heavier games though, and you notice the slowdown. When it comes to internal storage, there's only 1 GB of it available to the end user. Luckily, you can expand that via microSD cards of up to 32 GB. The device supports HSPA 3G cellular connectivity and Wi-Fi. The Xperia L features the Chrome browser preloaded, and it is an extremely snappy way to access the web. It's worth mentioning that Chrome does not support Adobe Flash. Otherwise, it's got a nice and clean user interface and syncs across all of your devices. Other connectivity features are the GPS and Bluetooth 4.0, and the phone also has NFC connectivity as indicated right here on the back. The handset comes with an 8-megapixel rear camera with the Exmor RS sensor for improved low-light performance. It's a decent camera, but nothing more. Colors in most images are overblown, and there is a slight purple undertone all across images and videos. Dynamic range is not great. Looking at the fine detail, you'd often notice images turn out soft and a bit spongy. The same goes for video capture. Colors are a bit off balance with a tendency to go on the warm side. The basic Snapdragon chip is only capable of recording 720p videos at 30 frames per second. Sony has put some effort in resurrecting its Walkman brand into the Xperia lineup with a revamped music and video application. Both are very well made and offer a solid amount of options. The Walkman music player, first of all, looks great. As you can see right here, it's very visual. It will automatically grab album art and lyrics, and it comes with fine-tuning options like an equalizer and bass booster. And here is how it sounds. The video player also has the same great looks in the same Sony aesthetic. It does handle a wide range of formats like DivX, and it plays back at around the native resolution of this device. Sound output through the loudspeaker gets really loud, but you can definitely tell it's a smartphone speaker by the lack of depth in the low tones. With the Xperia L, you get 8 hours and 30 minutes of talk time, and in our experience, without abusing the camera, and with just a few Facebook and email checks, the phone does last a full day. The handset does have 2 microphones, but there's nothing impressive about the call quality as far as we could tell. Our callers heard our voices a bit muffled and as if they came through a tunnel, and on our site we had similar issues with the earpiece. We did, however, try the handset out in noisy environments, and noise was filtered out pretty nicely. Sony is offering the Xperia L off contract in the United States for the affordable price of $350. It is a well-rounded mid-ranger device with lag-free performance in menus and with nice looks. It does not have a hugely impressive screen nor a particularly great camera though, and in the fiercely competitive Android market, those are big flaws. All in all, this is a device for those willing to compromise. The price segment requires it. It would be a nice choice for the design conscious, but if you value specs and performance most, there are more enticing options from China. Thank you for watching this review, and for a more detailed look at the Xperia L, don't hesitate to go to PhoneArena.com. Thanks for watching.